Hey guys, Corel Cooper here with OnTheBlack.com. So yesterday I was reading a lot of different things regarding the Billy Wagner trade, and two particular blog posts that I read really stuck out to me and really show the difference in thinking and philosophy between the Red Sox and the Mets. First, over at Blue and Orange, they did an excellent job sort of breaking down the Billy Wagner trade and sort of what it's led to for the Mets. You know, the Mets thinking at the time when they traded Wagner, in my opinion, really was a salary dump. And, you know, the two players that they got back, Chris Carter and Eddie Laura, you know, two players, you know, me personally don't know much about them, but from everything that I'm reading, you know, these two guys may not amount to, you know, solid major league players. You know, that's the reality of the situation, is that those two guys may not do that. And, you know, those are the two guys that the Mets got back for Wagner, and again, in my opinion, clearly a salary dump. No sort of foresight about Wagner and the potential of him being a free agent this offseason and what that value would have meant to the Mets. Clearly a salary dump. Got rid of him. Got back two guys that may not ever amount to much of major league players. Flip side of that, the Red Sox, on the other hand, they looked at the situation and said, you know what, the Mets are going to do a salary dump here. We'll take Wagner. We'll give them these two guys. And then, you know, over at Red Sox Stats blog, really explaining sort of what that meant to the Red Sox of getting a player like Wagner towards the end of last year, him helping them push for the playoffs. And then, you know, either the option would have been either he would have come back to the Red Sox and helped them in 2010, or if he left, now which he did, he signed with the Braves. Now they're going to get two draft picks for him, you know, the 20th round pick and then another supplemental pick. So, you know, really the Red Sox turning what the Mets deemed as trash in Billy Wagner and really turning that into something positive for them, because now they're getting two high draft picks out of this for them, and those two guys, that whoever they pick at those draft picks, might potentially turn out to be better than the two guys that they traded to the Mets for Wagner. So really, you know, those two blog posts really showing the difference in thinking between the Mets and the Red Sox. The Red Sox showing some foresight here in taking Wagner and the potential value that he could bring to them this offseason, whether he re-signed with them or not, and the Mets not even totally thinking about that. And to me, that just goes more towards the point of those of you out there who you know, do not like what Omar Minaya has done over the last few years. It really goes to proving what you guys have been talking about lately, and that, you know, him not making good moves in terms of either one, signing free agents, or thinking forward and having some forward thinking with the Mets here. You know, I still want to give Omar Minaya a shot to see what he does this offseason. You know, this obviously should be his last chance at trying to bring a winning team here to the Mets. We'll see what he does, but really those two blog posts, I highly recommend checking them out, really showing the difference of philosophy and thinking between the Mets and the Red Sox in this whole Billy Wagner situation. You know, one more thing to note there now, Mets fans, is now that, you know, the Mets let Wagner go to the Red Sox, and then the Red Sox potentially let him go. Now Wagner is back in the NL East again with the Braves and could potentially be a thorn in our side in 2010. We'll see about that, but we'd love to hear your comments on this blog post, guys. Talk to you soon.